Hi, friends. It's 1:11. Look at that. Sabrina here, your wellness warrior. I wanted to talk to you about showing up when you're uncomfortable, when you don't feel like it, and dealing with the feelings that come with it. I know for me, today I have a little overwhelm of anxiety all of a sudden. It's so bizarre. Feeling as good as I have been and as joyful as much fun as we've had celebrating my birthday. I've had a blast, but still getting out with the world, I have a tendency to feel the anxiety. And in order to not get overwhelmed in that, it really takes deliberate action. Hi, if you're there, say hi. Give me a hi in the comments so I can circle back and say hi to you. Just the things that, what do we need to do in order to be able to show up, for ourselves and our family. And so today, I felt myself kind of spinning with it, just getting out there in the world. And it's interesting because when you're in your own channel and your own vibe and your own thing, it's really easy to stay in that real good frequency. But then when you start changing channels and mixing different things in, it's interesting to see how we can go off course. Does anybody relate to this? Is anybody else feeling a little bit of anxiety or overwhelm or, just discourse with what's going on around you versus what you had going on inside? I saw a little picture of my son today. He has a little a tinfoil hat he made on last year when we were just here and everything that was going on. It's like, ah! And it was kind of funny. He made on the foil hat, and that's what kind of made me think of today too, is just, what we do to protect ourselves, to protect our energy or our vibe or our channel, staying into the tune that we want to be tuned in and not get caught up in the web of what goes on that tries to entangle us and steal from us our joy. Just get rid of all the bad. So, we don't need to hold on to all of that, the anxiety and the overwhelm. And even if we do feel it, it's okay to feel it and sit with it for a minute and see where it leads. For me, I have to be deliberate about figuring out what I'm going to do to fix it, whether it be a boundary or figuring out, changing up situations and, the environment. There's only so much that we can do. There's only so much that we can control. And the majority of it is what we have control over ourselves and what we're putting out. So, if we can just catch ourselves if we do feel like we're spinning and just acknowledge it and, recognize it and that we don't need to be there. I changed my channel. I got outside, getting some fresh air and some energy and recognizing that the overwhelm and the stress need not be there. Hi, my love. Thank you. Mwah. It's not my stress. I don't need to hang on to it. It's not mine. But with that, though, I do get a little pressure. Who can relate to the fact that, we're in February now? I just had my birthday. And so, when you have a birthday, you kind of have to look at life then and see, okay, where you're going, where you've been, what you're going to do. And here we are, on top of people start the year and you get your resolutions for the year. I hate resolutions. I like to see what we can get new to incorporate into our lives to build ourselves up rather than saying, we got to change this. You're so bad. I say, let's build on what we have. Let's build on the good. Let's not bash ourselves. There's enough bashing. Let's build ourselves up. So, oops, my phone's getting not light. My screw got loose. Imagine that. So, anyways, I'm so happy that I have a husband and that I can turn to. If you guys have a best friend, a husband, a mate, somebody that you can lean on, somebody who can just see your body behavior and know that, hey, sweetheart, you need to get your little butt outside, get the sunshine. There was sun for a little bit. Come on, sunshine, you can do it. And the clouds came, and it's cold, so it takes extra effort if you live in Washington or any of the cold climates. But We can do it. We need it. We need to get outside. We need to get the fresh air. We need to get the nature. We need to get the gifts from God that have been given to us. I had all my Bible study this morning, and I had my personal time and everything, and I was doing really awesome. And yet still, I was able to have somebody get me, not just somebody, I'm just saying getting off track. You know how you got those little ankle biter type things that will nip at you, and you're like, oh, wait a minute. And it can distract you. So I want us to be able to recognize the fact that, you know what, we got distracted, but that's okay. As soon as we got distracted, we could get refocused. And aligned back into what we need to do and not get overwhelmed with it. Let's just recognize all of the good that we've done, all of the good that we have, all of the stuff that we are in control of, and not get knocked off center. I need a little sip of my vitamins. Nice hot energy gut things, vitamins, healing, to heal my system, my whole system, instead of patching. For so many years, I didn't know how to heal my body. And I think that's what makes me sad, too, as I see people struggle needlessly. If they only knew, if they only knew. It took me, I guess, a long time and a lot of suffering in order to decide to dig really deep and figure out, what we can do in so many different ways to help ourselves heal on so many different levels. Because let's face it, that's what we're here to do, is to grow, and to help others, but to recognize that we've got such power within us if we just tap into it, our God-given ability, and just be able to live that, and keep your light lit and shine for others, to help others too. So no matter what we're going through, whether it be like the anxiety that I was feeling, that maybe somebody else can relate to too. If you can relate to that, the feelings of anxiety or overwhelm, or the fact that, we should on ourselves all the time, that I should be doing this, or I should be doing better, or I should be blah, 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 blah. Let's not compare ourselves to anything. If we could just live in the grace that we've been given, and the grace that we give to others. Can we give the grace that we give to others to ourselves? There's a challenge for you. Oh, I've got the shivers. Need another sip of my hot stuff. That's a good challenge, though, It's really loving ourselves. A lot of times I think that we have these Band-Aid solutions. We're trying to find something outside ourselves, something that will make us feel better, something that will make us feel loved or worthy or what have you. When if we just stop and love ourselves, and recognize that we are worthy, we are enough, we have it all, everything that we need, we've got it all, and within us, I've just been getting a lot of strength lately from my Bible, from reading my devotions. For a long time, not a long time, I got confused, this whole religion thing and how to be in man stuff, and not necessarily relating to a religion per se, but always having a relationship with God, if you can feel me or understand. I've always known he's there, and I've always been able to talk to him and have a relationship with him, but I never really related to all the rules that came with it. So then came the Bible, and even as much as I enjoyed the Bible, I wasn't sure what to do about that, because it was written by man. And so I had to have a talk with God about it. And I'm like asking him, what do you want me to do about this? Because, a lot of people do affirmations. How many people do affirmations? You want to think on good things, right? So we plant good seeds. But where's the best place to get our affirmations? And I've got some friends that are just beaming with beautiful, wonderful joy, and they are in the Bible, and I wanted to be there too. And like I said, I asked God, I was like, what about this? What about this? What do I do with it? And he tells me, he says, sweetie, it's a tool. He says, yeah, it was written by man, but I gave it to man, and it's a tool. It's the word. It's the bread of life. You need this. It's your manna. I will feed you. Yes, get in there. That's your affirmations. That's where you need to be spending your time. So when I tune in, I'm on my phone. I've got my Bible online now. It's so much fun to be able to just create there and mark things and share. And I like that to take notes, the immediacy of it. But paper's good too. But you get my point. So I'm in there and I'm just reading and getting all these juicy, wonderful nuggets and feeding my soul. And it's just affirmation, more soul, about taking care of ourselves, our soul, what we've been given through God, the Spirit of God. Oh, I've got somebody calling me. No calling. Decline. Sorry about that. And I don't want to touch my thing because I touch it and I end up disconnecting and doing some weird stuff. So I have my earpiece in my ear here. But anyways, there's our Holy Spirit that we've been given, this lifeline to God, is tapping into our intuition and, and taking care of our body, our temple of God. And that's how we get there. That's how we stay tuned. That's how we make it to the next level of joy and happiness and peace and healing. We've got to be able to tune into it, stay in that frequency of your body is healing, your mind is healing, your life is healing. It's all healing. This all works out for goodness, for our good, for everybody's good. We just have to be strong and patient and trusting, and not afraid of digging into the moments of fear and anxiety or overwhelm or whatever it is. It's just an emotion. It's just an energy, just let it go through us. It's not going to hurt. Not much. We can change. We've got the power to, decide where we're going to focus, where we're going to stay. I was also getting a Bible study teaching that I wanted to share with you about, how we are to look at God, keep our gaze on God and glance at our problems instead of how the way of the world seems to be, what people want to worship when they want to worship. And, let's just recognize the fact that God is in all things. Let's praise Him for all things and keep our eyes and focus on Him and just glance at the problem and, trust in God that He will give us, the ability to make whatever it is that we need to have happen in our lives. They say that we can just tune into that frequency and believe it. So I don't know if you guys are resisting a relationship with God, or if you have one, or if it's something else to you, or what have you. And I don't want to alienate anybody. I love people, in every part of their journey, all people, no matter where you are. That's one thing I've always loved about myself, is that I love people regardless. And animals too, it's so fun watching the animals come up to me, on the farms and things like that. I love that in the nature and the birds. I think that's cool. I think that they know that they're safe. So, regardless of what size, shape, package you come in. And I think that we need to give ourselves that love too, pat yourself on the back for all the good things that you've done and showing up when you don't feel like it, and all the growth, and recognize all the good things that you do, look at all the wonderful things that you do for yourselves and for others, and let that warm your heart. Tune out the stuff that's not doing any good. If something is hurting you and nipping at you and get it away. Hi honey. Tune out of the bad shit. We don't need the toxicity in our lives. We know it's there, but why drink it? Just get rid of it. It's sad. We can't fix everything. We can't fix everyone. All we can do is do what we can do to heal and try to help show that there is a way, just, give maybe a spark of hope to somebody that doesn't have hope. Just know that we can do it. I just want us to love ourselves. Love ourselves, and then love our neighbors like we love ourselves. That's a lot to ask. But the first thing is we need to love ourselves. And then that's how we get what we need, what we feel like we're missing from whatever else is out there. When we can give it to ourselves, we don't need anything else. You know what I mean? I'm so cold. Is anybody else cold? Where are you guys tuning in from? It's freezing here. My husband has a heater out for me, but I don't have it on. Where's it at? I didn't manage to get it on. So I bundled up and came outside and was hoping that the sun would shine on me. But it worked. It changed my attitude, changed my disposition. I sound like Marge from The Simpsons, or the sisters, the twin sisters. Yeah, just do whatever we need to do. Don't feel bad for any emotion or anything that comes up, whether it be anger or hate, madness, fear, anxiety, whatever it is, just let it go through us. We can feel it for a minute, but don't attach onto it. It's not necessarily ours. It doesn't belong to us. And we needn't have it. We can know that all is well in the world. So anyways, I don't really have a fix here today or anything. I'm just jumping on because I've missed you. And we need to show up for each other. So I'm showing up for you because I love you. And I just want you to know that no matter what's going on in your life, it's okay to feel it. Cry if you need to. Scream if you want to. Find a punching bag to hit, or some old bottles that you can break, go to recycling. Ching, nothing's better than tossing those in there. So, Chillsville. I'm cold. I need some warmth. Maybe hugs from my babies. Community is important. I hope you have somebody. I hope you have somebody that you can tune into and turn to. Good people to tune into. I hope you have a good community that you can vibe with, instead of that nasty and toxic crap that's out there. That's so out there in our faces all the time. It's easy to get overwhelmed, and it's easy to get anxiety, and it's easy to buy into that shit that they're selling us. But please, recognize that they're selling something. Recognize that they want you to be afraid. That if you're afraid, then you're going to be obedient. We don't have to be obedient. We can do our own things. We can trust in our own body and our own healing. Trust your gut. I'm going to fall off my swing here. Not quite. I just didn't want to get my boots dirty. Anyways, another drink. Before we go. Burr. Trust yourselves. Everything's going to be okay. And things don't have to be perfect. We can show up anyway, right? Look at me. I don't rehearse. You guys get authentic as can be. Brr. Cold. So, on that cold note, on the authentically cold, showing up note, I'm going to give you my love and say goodbye for now. And ask you if you have some anxiety or what have you, pop it in the comments, let me know. And if you're embarrassed to say so, then just DM me, reach out. I'm going to make sure that you have community, that you've got somebody that you can reach out to, somebody that can help you get unstuck or stop the spinning when you feel like a little too much. But know that it's okay, it's all temporary. And all good stuff can come out of this if you hold tight and have faith and lean into it and don't be afraid. So, I love you. Thanks for watching. And I'll talk to you soon. Have a beautiful day, beautiful. More kisses and loves. Take care of yourself. All right. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. It's not shutting off. Seriously? Finish!